My name's Heidi, I'm 27 and I'm from Sydney, and this is my lovely motorbike.
Yeah. And how long have you been in a wheelchair?
Been in a chair for nearly 4.5 years now. December 2009, I was riding my motorbike and got T-boned by you in a roundabout, so now I'm a T4 complete paraplegic.
So you fall off the horse, you get back up?
That's it. I love riding too much. It was a huge part of my life before, and now you couldn't pay me to give it up. It's way too fun.
How much did you pay for your bike?
Oh, custom and everything, maybe about just over 45.
Oh. How did you afford that?
I kind of saved up a bit from my injury. I got compensated, so when I put it all together, it was a huge investment, but it was awesome.
How do you get on and off the bike?
When I get on and off, I just pull up to the side here, and then I chuck my right leg over, and then my whole body just follows and pull myself on. So at the moment, because my wheelchair sits on the other side, when I ride with my boyfriend or my mom, they just strap my legs in for me. But yeah, as simple as that.
Do you have feeling from your injury down?
Nothing. Anywhere from my chest down, I've got no sensation or movement at all.
Okay, so yours is a complete injury.
Yeah.
Do you know much about complete compared to incomplete injuries?
Yeah, I think when I first had my injury, I had no idea. Didn't even know that quadriplegic and paraplegic was a different story.
Yeah.
But yeah, it took me a while to figure out that I wasn't going to get anything back. My spinal cord's completely severed, so they went, yep, complete. But then I've got a best mate who's incomplete, and he gets to kind of stand and move legs and things like that. So
I know a lot of people, like when I was in rehab, some people with the same injury as me, and I'm like really confused, like, okay, that person, how can they do that and I can't do that, or how can I do this and how can I feel that, and how it's confusing. But
I've met another T4 that walks, so I was like, hang on a second, I can't walk. Am I going to get it back? And then it wasn't until I understood with how much damage to your spinal cord, I went, okay.
Yeah. Well, when I was watching on the with the walk-on stuff, like the girl that was walking on the treadmill, well, not really walking, aided walking on the treadmill with the harness thing. I have the same injury as her, but she is a tetraplegic, which means it's the complete and I'm the incomplete, so I have movement below the injury. But that's
so many variations, way too many.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that think that, like, okay, a quadriplegic is that's all it is. That there is no movement, there is no nothing. And then with a paraplegic means that you just can't move or feel anything.
And from waist, and most people think it's just from your waist down. And I say to them, like, people need to understand that depending on the level. Mine's up here, so I've got no trunk muscles, so I can't cough properly, I can't sneeze properly, all those little things that we tend to do.
Yeah, well,
almost forgot.
So I was talking to one guy that I know, and he was saying that sort of he had no idea. He was sort of like, but can't things improve? Like, you can improve what you have, but you can't necessarily get back what you have. Yeah. And that's what a lot of people that are able-bodied, that have no spinal injury, no disability at all, don't really understand that.
And I've got lots of people that I've met, even people that I don't even know, that say, oh, well, I've got a friend and he was in a wheelchair, but now he walks, so with a bit of exercise you should be right.
Yeah, so they think it's like, oh yeah, it's easy. Like my brother's like pretty much just says, oh, well, snap out of it.
Yeah.
Like if you want to walk bad enough, all you got to do is just get up and do it. Like, it's not always that easy, and some people don't realise.
It's not at all. It wasn't until I saw my CT scan and realised how complex the spinal cord is. It's not one cord. It's like so many nerves in one.
Yeah, like you can break your back and not damage your spine. You can damage your spine but not sever it. You can injure it, but
exactly. And I wouldn't change my injury for anything. It's changed me as a person and everything. But I think, in all honesty, if I could suck it up and walk, I would suck it up and walk. But it's just not that easy. You know, our injuries are also different. And
do you find it difficult?
I'm pretty used to it. I took to it really well. So I'm cool in like social situations, but like everything else, you get the ups and down days, and some days are shit and some days are good.
Do you get those days when you're just like, oh, I don't want to do it anymore, I just want to get out of it, or?
Oh, sorry. She's doing like a video. No, that's alright. Yeah, that's pretty, eh?
Somebody else admiring her beautiful little motorbike. Yeah.
Maybe once in a blue moon, you know, I'll have a bit of a spat over it, just because, you know, it takes 3 hours to get ready in the morning, and then you've got to get dressed, and by the time you're in your chair, you've done a whole day's work.
Yeah, I know what that's like.
Yeah, once in a blue moon, I'll have a bit of a like that.
Well, I've been in a wheelchair for 6 years, from getting drunk and falling off a roof when I was 17, and that gets a little bit of a downer sometimes, but sometimes you just got to say, get over it. You know what? I came back from the dead, so I'm like, I've like Terminator, because I got rods in my legs, so I'm Terminator and came back from the dead.
I always say that I'm Wolverine, so we're both like superheroes.
Well, we could fight crime. Wolverine and yeah, I'd be you should get like a little trailer thing on the back, or just sit on the back. I'll be the nerd that just follows you around.
No, it's not. I was the same, you know, there's nothing I can do about it. I can't change it, I can't get up and walk, so I might as well just go with it, you know.
Suck it up, get on your bike, go for a ride, and
do what you love and keep true to who you are.
Yeah. Well, good on you.
Thanks.
And thank you for talking and telling your story. That was fantastic.
Thanks for having me.
It's alright. You want to give a thumbs up?